What appears to be a tragic accident is, to some, a much more sinister event.
People who believe that Diana died as a result of a routine Saturday night traffic accident must be the same people who believe that President Kennedy was shot by a lone gunman.
Sunday, August 31st, 1997, 25 minutes after midnight. The car carrying Princess Diana and her boyfriend Dodi Fayed crashes into a pillar inside the Alma Tunnel in Paris. Dodi Fayed and driver Henri Paul are killed instantly. Bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones and Diana are critically injured. Still, it appears, at least, that there is hope for the princess.
Frédéric Maillet, a French doctor who happened to be traveling the other way through the tunnel, saw the crash and stopped. He found Princess Diana and he described her as looking in the best shape of the lot. As soon as she got to the hospital, the French tried absolutely everything to save her life. And at the end of the process, they were actually massaging her heart with their hands to try to save her life. But unfortunately, they were unsuccessful.
At around 2 a.m., Dodi's father, Mohammed Al-Fayed, receives a phone call from family spokesman Michael Cole.
I rang immediately Mohammed Al-Fayed at his country home. I said to him, Mohammed, I'm sorry to tell you that I've heard that Dodi's been killed in Paris. And he said to me, Michael, I'm on the phone to Paris. Let us pray it's not true.
By 4 a.m., Diana, Princess of Wales, is pronounced dead. Bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones survives, but he has no recollection of the car chase or the crash. Michael Cole contends that from the outset, the French investigation was inept.
In any major incident of this kind, that scene in Britain or in America, where forensic science counts for something, the area would have been preserved. But what did the French did? They hosed down the tunnel and it was reopened to traffic about 5 hours later.
Jeffrey Steinberg is editor of an American magazine called EIR, or Executive Intelligence Review, founded by political extremist Lyndon LaRouche. LaRouche and the magazine have long been critical of the British royal family. Steinberg launches a 2-year probe of the crash and publishes a series of articles about it.
There's 3 possibilities. Either it was, in fact, a tragic car accident, not the first that happened in that tunnel and probably not the last. Number 2, something along the lines of what we would here in the United States call vehicular homicide or manslaughter. And then the 3rd possibility was a full-blown, premeditated assassination by whoever. I'm saying that the one that I find least plausible is that it was a garden variety accident.
For skeptics, the doubts begin with Henri Paul as he fled the Ritz with the photographers in hot pursuit.
Why did he go the route he took, which was not the direct route back to the apartment just off the Champs-Élysées? It is at least conceivable that he did what he did and chose the route that he did on the instructions or advice of somebody other than his principals. By that I mean Dodi and Diana.
There is also the mysterious lack of video evidence documenting the Mercedes journey.
The cameras in the plaza in front of the Ritz Hotel, some of the cameras, radar detection cameras along the route from the hotel to the tunnel, were not functioning that night.
Although paramedics arrive on the scene at 12:40 a.m., the ambulance carrying Diana does not arrive at the hospital until 2:05 a.m.
It's So we interviewed some people who were actually involved in creating the emergency medical response procedures in Paris. In fact, the procedures that should have been implemented would have gotten her into emergency surgery in under 30 minutes.
Michael Cole is suspicious of the Paris coroner's report on driver Henri Paul. Preliminary tests indicate that Paul's blood alcohol level was an astounding 3 times over the legal limit. Later tests revealed traces of the antidepressant Prozac in Paul's system, which would have amplified the effect of the alcohol. Michael Cole believes this report is part of an elaborate cover-up.
36 hours or so after the event, and the newspaper headline was "As drunk as a pig." My immediate reaction as a journalist of more than 30 years standing was, this has all been planned. This has all been planned and coordinated to get over the impression that there was no fault in France, that this was all down to a Saturday night traffic accident by a drunk. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe it for a second.
In defense of his employee, Mohammed Al-Fayed releases portions of the security video taken at the Ritz that evening. In it, Paul appears to be sober. Meanwhile, Henri Paul's family has requested a second set of tests. The Parisian judge heading the investigation observes the second procedure himself. These tests produce almost exactly the same results.
It also came out later that the exact same blood tests showed near lethal doses of carbon monoxide. It would have rendered Henri Paul probably unable to drive. He would have been dizzy, he would have had horrible headaches. And the cameras at the Ritz Hotel really don't show any signs of that.
Initially, French investigators attribute the high level of carbon monoxide in Paul's blood to the explosion of the car's airbags at the time of impact. But this conclusion is also met with skepticism by the Fayeds.
Mercedes-Benz confirmed immediately there is no carbon monoxide in their airbags. More importantly, Henri Paul never took another breath. His neck was broken. He died instantly. He never breathed. And yet the blood sample that was produced showed he had 20% carbon monoxide.
Cole and the Fayeds believe that the evidence points to only one conclusion.
I believe that when his body was taken to the morgue, either by accident or design, the blood sample was confused with that of somebody who'd committed suicide.
Then there are questions about who Henri Paul, a trusted Fayed employee for 11 years, was actually working for. Cole asserts that Paul was also employed by British intelligence agencies.
He had a number of bank accounts with large sums of money in them. It is known that his name and his file was seen by an MI6 officer called Richard Tomlinson.
In the summer of 1998, Tomlinson, a former member of the British Intelligence Service and author of an exposé on MI6, adds more fuel to the growing concern about the princess's death. Responding to media reports of a mysterious flash of light that may have blinded Henri Paul seconds before the crash, Tomlinson writes to Mohammed Al-Fayed.
Richard Tomlinson said that he had personal knowledge that some of the things that at least were alleged to have happened in the Place d'Alma tunnel, the use of blinding lights, motorcycles, cars veering into cars and steering them into columns, existed in the playbook, if you will, of British intelligence.